Hey guys, Brandon here from the Taco Tuesday podcast, reminding you to check out the Questionable Endeavors Network. What is the Questionable Endeavors Network? Well, I'm glad you asked. The Questionable Endeavors Network is a small but burgeoning collection of fandom and geekdom-centered media, such as written articles, game streams, and podcasts just like the one you're listening to right now. While at questendnetwork.com, you can sign up for their monthly newsletter, or you can find out how to follow the Questionable Endeavors Network and all their contributors on your favorite social media sites, such as Facebook, Twitter, Discord, iTunes, Podomatic, Stitcher, SoundCloud, Tumblr, and Spreaker, just to name a few. Thanks for listening, and we hope you enjoy the show. Tuesday podcast. This is Brandon.
And this is Jake.
And we are happy to bring you our latest episode of the podcast. What are we going to talk about today, Jake?
That is great question, first of all. I have to say. So I was thinking earlier, I had the day off and I woke up and, just like did the normal stuff. And then I had like a few hours between stuff that I had to do, and I knew I wanted to take a nap, but I knew that wasn't going to be everything, and It wasn't. But
you got chores to run, that kind of thing.
Yeah, so I had somewhere to be at a certain time, and I had a few hours to kill. And instead of doing something productive, like I could have done with a few hours, like read a book or watch a movie or a TV show or something that like actually activated my brain and made me think, write a joke. I could have done anything.
Right.
And I played this fucking Candy Crush ripoff game for an hour and a half, dude.
An hour and a half solid? Like no breaks, no nothing?
Well, I think I probably peed once.
Did you put the phone down while you did that? Or were you playing still like midstream?
I think I put the phone down to wash my hands.
Okay. All right.
But yeah, no, I took it in the bathroom for sure.
There you go.
Like, I had laundry that I could have been folding and putting away. I did fucking nothing today except like a few chores. But like, so the question is like, everybody, like, it's not a secret that we're kind of inundated by social media and that we're slaves to either social media or, these games. And I'm no different. Like, I spend a lot of time on social media when I'm not doing the stuff that I have to do.
Right.
I think
everybody can
agree
with that. Like,
no, I think that this is, everybody kind of relates to it on some level. Some are worse than others, and some are better than others. But it's like back when I was a kid, the big issue was like, how much time do you let your kids spend in front of the TV?
Right.
Now we've just switched to how much time do you spend in front of your phone screen, right?
Right. And I think that's why a lot of employers went the route of, like, don't have your phone out on the floor, leave your phone at the locker, that kind of thing. Because then it still gives the air of the old days when people didn't have a phone attached to their hand, like, wherever they went.
Right. Yeah, well, like, even when I started working, if somebody needed me, they had to call the company phone and ask for me, and then if I could, I would come and take the phone call.
Right.
And I always say, like, my excuse is always that, well, some emergency could happen. I need to have my phone on me.
Yeah.
And it's true. Something could happen, but nothing has ever fucking happened. Like, I've never had an emergency where I was like, I need to go. And so the question, what I want to talk about today is, what does your perfect day look like? Say that you don't have a phone.
Right.
You don't need a phone. But you have anything else that you could want. You have as much money as you need to do what you want to do to put together your perfect day or weekend or week. I mean, we don't have to limit to one day, but say you don't have to tend to any work, any spouses, any kids. No social media. You don't have any, whatever, any shows. You just get to pick what you want to do. What does a day look like for you? And if you want, I can start.
For sure. And I have kids, so we're saying no kids, no.
You don't. Wife. No, the only thing that you have to worry about is what you want to do with your day.
Okay.
And so, like, I guess, for me, I spent a lot of time traveling in the Navy. Mm-hmm. And then my mom was from a country called Latvia, which was part of the former USSR. Mm-hmm. And she really kind of drilled in us that you need to go travel as much as possible, explore other cultures, and see how other people live,
Yeah.
And, I didn't really understand when I was young, but now, especially as an adult, I love to travel. So I think, my perfect day would probably turn into a week or something. But I would like to kind of travel west, the western part of the United States. I love to hike. So I would maybe take a few days, get a cabin in fucking, I don't know, Utah or Colorado or somewhere where there's great hiking, do that kind of stuff, maybe go kayaking, hike up as far as I can up a mountain, because I like to be active.
Okay.
And then I would really like to just, because the idea is that you have all the money you need. You don't have to worry.
Right.
So I would just get on my private jet like I do.
Okay.
Anyways,
Typical Tuesday.
But I would just like to travel. I'd really like to go. There's some places in South America that, also have some great mountains and really good food.
Yeah.
The culture is something that I haven't really experienced, So, I like to go there, and I like to go to Europe and Africa, and I just want to experience. My thing is that I spent so much of my life just fucking up and not giving a shit about anything.
Right.
That some part of me feels like I have lost time that I should make up for, and so
okay. Well, that's understandable. I mean,
probably want to fuck some bitches. You know how I do. That sounds so weird coming from my mouth, but it's true. I do, ladies. If you are interested in me and you want to travel to Africa,
I like traveling.
Just get hold of the Taco Tuesday podcast. Request some time.
Tell you what, if anything, in all honesty, I would like to, in my perfect day, I'd like to wake up early enough to where, because time is also an issue, right?
Right.
Because a typical 24-hour day.
Yeah, if we're talking about a 24-hour day, my day looks different, but yeah, you have kids, so
right.
You're not used to having a whole lot of free time.
No, God, no. But with that being said, too, I am also not a fan of not seeing my kids.
Yeah.
At all during the day.
Right.
If my wife and I were not together and we had to split custody, I would be a wreck. I'm assuming, I know there are parents out there that are like, no, God, no, you need time away from your kids. I get that, but
right.
In spades, in short instances,
yeah,
I can go for a couple hours without my kids, but going a whole day for me seems so foreign.
Oh, right.
And I just it does not interest me. So I would want to wake up early enough, to where I could start the day off with my kids, or have my kids be able to stay up later so that I could have a longer day and still cap it off with them.
Okay.
I wouldn't have to have both, but either or would be great.
Right.
And then to be honest, I always get an adrenaline rush. I always get a high from putting together a show, from booking a show.
Yeah.
I put together a film festival, a mini film festival of sorts.
Right.
And I remember the high of like the day of being able to show off the films and give away the awards and stuff like that. That was so fun for me.
Right.
Just seeing like something that you planned
come to fruition.
Yeah, come to fruition and go off almost without a hitch. Like little things came up, little hiccups and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, for the most part, any feedback I got from anybody was like A+, great job, whatever.
Yeah.
And that was just even if somebody was like, well, I would definitely work on this. At the end of it all, just being able to say like, I thought of this. I put my best foot forward and I did everything I could to make this a dream a reality, and it went exactly the way I wanted it to. That was just that high for me was awesome.
Okay.
So whether it's putting on another film festival or doing a concert and like having my favorite bands play,
yeah,
I would also like that. Just the live show atmosphere has always been an endorphins boost.
Yeah,
and I love that.
I'm with you. I'm a big fan of any sort of live entertainment. You know, and even the stuff that I'm not really a big, like I'm not crazy about. Like my brother does poetry, and I'm not a huge like poetry fan. I'm not like crazy on the spoken word kind of platform. But I like it, and especially the coolest thing. Yeah, exactly. The coolest thing to me is to watch somebody do something that they love to do. That's. I mean, maybe
because
I don't.
If you see that they feel it,
yeah.
Like after a while, it's like I don't know shit about poetry, but I like the words you're slinging there, buddy.
Yeah. I don't know if this is good or not, but I appreciate it for whatever it is.
For sure.
So, anyways, sorry. Back to your.
No,
this is your day, Brandon.
Do with it what you will, buddy. No, Yeah, that's my perfect day. Is just being able to either start it or end it or both with my two babies. I do have a stepson, but right now he's a 16-year-old boy. I'm not his girlfriend. So
he's just jerking off all the time, right?
I can only assume.
That's just what 16-year-olds do. I'm not saying that you like watch him.
No,
or
what? No. That's weird.
I just want to, for our fans, I just want to stress the point that Brandon is not watching his 16-year-old stepson do self-sex with himself.
You hear that, Child Protective Services? No, I right now...
Donna's a cool kid, though.
Absolutely. He's smart, great kid. I'm not having the cops bring him home. Like,
right.
He gets good grades. He's got his shit straight, so that's all I can expect.
Yeah.
But right now, basically what it boils down to, I'm not his girlfriend, so he's not interested in anything I'm doing.
Is he a girlfriend?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
No shit.
Oh yeah, he likes himself a little girl that he took to homecoming a couple weeks ago and everything. But yeah, I'm not his girlfriend, so he has no interest in anything that I'm doing. So I'm not saying I wouldn't like to spend time with him. I'm just saying right now, it's not forecast.
Not high on the priority list.
But so I would either want to start or finish the day with my babies, and then in between all that, basically make it a live event sandwich of sorts. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that would be the perfect day for me. I would lose my shit. No, I had a question for you, actually, Jake.
Okay.
It was one that was brought up to me by some of my coworkers, and I thought, fuck yeah, that'd be a perfect question. I gotta ask Jake that tonight on the podcast.
Yep.
My question for you is, given what you know about me, what would you pick my superpower to be? Now, I had the same conversation with my wife.
Yeah.
I asked my wife, if you could pick a superpower for me based off of what you know about myself, what would it be? And she kind of gave me that puzzled look that you're giving me right now.
Okay. I think I can come up with something.
And I took the opportunity to give her an example. I was like, okay, my wife, for those of you that don't know her, likes to Google and YouTube how to fix